Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. It's Rockin' the Country. I've got one. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to stay up or not. But it was a gift request from Louis DeMarre. So Louis, thank you for the gift, my friend. And you saw the title, The Highwomen, the song The Chain, which is a Fleetwood Mac cover. I'm not sure what they did with this song. I remember that album, Rumors, when it came out, because it's absolutely phenomenal. It's one of the few albums that I think I liked. I think there was one song on it that I didn't like, which is rare. I think there were like 11 songs on it or 12, and I liked like 10 or 11 of them. But Louis wanted the version from the Howard Stern show, so I grabbed that one. Hopefully that one's not blocked. If it is, I'll redo it with audio only. And the Highwomen is sort of like the Highwomen's all-female answer as a supergroup. And it's Amanda Shires, Natalie Hemby, Brandi Carlile, and Maren Morris. So, all right, let's see what we've got here. I don't know if they countrify it or if they just sort of duplicate it, but I know Amanda Shires is really good on the fiddle, so we'll see if she brings that to the table.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, she did. Dramatic.
Listen to the wind blow, watch the sun rise. Run in the shadows, damn your love, damn your lies. And if you don't now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain. And if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain, never break the chain. Listen to the wind blow, down comes the night.
That's interesting they chose this song.
Run in the shadows, damn your love, damn your lies. Break the silence, damn the dark, damn the light. And if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain. And if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain. And if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain, break the chain.
This is almost, as I recall, an exact replica, if you will, of the original. It's obviously different vocalists, but and different musicians, but it's very much the same. And what I'm trying to remember is, did the original have a violin in it? Here we call it a fiddle in country, but if the original had, gosh, I don't remember. Trying to see what the differences are, because they're really doing a similar rendition as far as my ear is attuned. I haven't heard the other one in years. I remember this. Nice ending. Yeah, you know, it's interesting as I'm watching this too, because aside from the fiddle, that was not distinctly country. And I'm watching and I'm like, you know, they might decide to go in a rock direction at some point. And they could pull it off. They have the talent, obviously, and they have the appeal. But part of me was like, I wonder why they chose this song. Now, I love Fleetwood Mac, too, and there are a lot of covers. I mean, I get lots of ideas myself. When I hear a song, I'm like, oh, what if such and such a group covered that one and did their own country twist to it? Like, or when you hear the Petersons do a bluegrass cover of a popular, you know, rock song or something, you're like, oh, they did a nice arrangement on that. That's what it would sound like if it was bluegrass. Now, this, I mean, it's such an iconic song because it's such an iconic album. Rumors is probably one of the best-selling albums of all time. Everybody had it. And, of course, it went from vinyl. Then CDs came along. So those are not just Fleetwood Mac, but all the artists like Allman Brothers and Skinner and all the other ones that had vinyl, original songs, albums, and such that went out on vinyl. Then they got the double royalty benefit because CDs came out and everybody went out and bought CDs. So this was fascinating that they chose this song other than it being iconic because it was more like sort of would fit better almost in a rock category, which is how Fleetwood Mac, they were sort of harmonious rock at the time. And yeah, that's sort of how they were played. Sometimes easy listening because some of the songs were easy listening, clearly, but more rock. And this sort of maintained that. But part of me was a little bit jealous of Howard Stern because he has such a big following that it's like Joe Rogan. Like if Joe Rogan, I don't think he has musicians on his show, but if he started to do that type of thing, everybody would play because you've got such a big audience. And so you get to meet all these artists, even though you're not an artist yourself. You know, Howard Stern's just a talk show guy. I mean, he's been around for decades, and he was funny back in the day. Now I think he's just, I don't know. I don't listen to him now. So, but I'm like, God, he gets to meet all these different artists, all these people, because they're going to come into his studio and they're going to play. Because I don't know how many followers he's got, but it's in probably 10 million, 50 million. I don't know. Maybe not 50. That's pretty big. But all right, I'm going to rate this song. And the way I'm going to rate it is I'm going to rate it as country. Right? So set against the backdrop of the channel's theme. And the number that struck me was an 8.5. Even though the musicians and vocalists, I love them. Brandi Carlile is so good. Amanda Shires is probably one of my favorite under-the-radar artists. And she is or was married to Jason Isbell. And then in the end, the violin, the fiddle, it's a very difficult instrument to play. I think I looked it up some months back. Somebody asked a question, or I just got the idea on the channel, about what is the most difficult instrument to play. And it always comes up as the violin or the fiddle. So when I see this in the end and, doing all the fun stuff, I'm like, but that's a very talented musician there. And then you've got Natalie and you've got Maren Morris and then the folks in the background playing with them. And that was fun. So, all right, Louis, thank you for that gift, Mike Ross. That's very interesting that the Highwomen chose this to do. You have to see what other stuff they've done. I've done one or two of their other things, but I wonder if they're going to go in a more rock direction. So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.